Welcome to today's bonus episode of Backstage with Randy Phillips. My name is Jill Wellborn with Life Family Media, and I have the privilege of working on this show with Pastor Randy week in and week out. But we have something special for you today. In honor of Father's Day, we want to bring you behind the scenes of what Pastor Randy is like as a father, with those who can speak to it best, his daughters, Garland and Lily. You're going to be so glad you joined in on this conversation, maybe get a little dirt on Pastor Randy, and definitely have some fun. But before we begin, I want to ask that you would subscribe or follow the show wherever you're watching or listening to this from. And if you would leave us a 5-star review, it really helps us get the message out to more people across the world. We just thank you in advance for your support of the show. So get ready to laugh, get ready to take some notes as we go backstage with Garland, Griedl, and Lily Phillips. Let's go.
Well, hello, I'm Randy Phillips, and you've joined Backstage with Randy Phillips. That's me, and I am joined by my beautiful daughter, Lily Pearl Phillips. Hi, Lily.
Hi, Dad.
How are you, beautiful?
I'm good.
Good. I'm so glad you've joined me. It wasn't easy to get you in that chair. You, you like to be more behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But here you are.
Here I am.
And you're so pretty. You're a junior as we speak. Are you a junior or a senior?
I'm a senior now.
What?
I know. Just took my last final.
Baylor.
Baylor.
Sikkim.
Yep.
And then you're going to do what?
I don't know.
Okay.
McDonald's.
No, I've spent too much money for you to be at McDonald's.
Okay.
Nothing wrong with that?
Yeah. That's plan B.
Okay.
Okay.
Very B. Way down B.
Okay.
All right. Well, you're a sweetheart. Smart, beautiful, funny. You're so funny.
Thank you.
You get that from your mom.
Yeah, I know.
But you get your looks from me. And that's the best part.
Unfortunately.
What?
We do look like each other. People tell me that all the time.
You look beautiful.
And I don't know how to feel about being compared to a 60-year-old man.
Well, I think you look beautiful.
Thank you. I think you look beautiful.
Thank you. Now, part of my wonderful memories with you, so many, but taking you to school.
Mm-hmm.
I love taking you to school.
Yep.
And we would listen to music together. I would try to listen to some, talk radio, and you didn't want that.
That's so
Turn
boring.
them off.
Never heard anything more boring in my life.
Than talk radio?
Yes.
Well, that's where you get your information. Okay.
I don't care.
So, and did I speed a little bit?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was late all the time.
Well, but I went fast.
I know. Yeah,
Okay.
so fast that we got pulled over many times.
Well, wait a minute. Well, not many times.
Oh, yeah, there were at least 3 times we've got
We
pulled
got
over.
pulled over?
Yeah,
By the police.
by the police.
Did I get a ticket?
Yeah, I think so.
No, I did not. I'm a raptor.
No, you did.
Okay.
Okay.
What was one of the pullovers that comes to memory?
Yes. In middle school,
Middle school, we're going all the way back there.
yes, that was the
Okay.
worst one. I'm still traumatized.
Is
Well,
you're going to be on a couch somewhere telling this story
Yeah.
to a therapist?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
How you've messed me up forever. Anyway, well, you would always take me to school in your pajamas
Of course.
with your cup of coffee.
Do you know why I wear pajamas?
Why?
Because at the end, when I drop you off, I say, now give me a kiss.
Mm-hmm.
And you were good with it for a while, but then as you grew a little older, you'd like, I don't want to kiss you. And so I wear pajamas. I would say, if you don't kiss me, I'm going to get out
Okay.
and wave at you.
Yeah. It was a threat.
And so I would get a kiss. Okay.
Okay.
Back to your story.
Back to my story. Anyway, so you would wear pajamas. bring your coffee
Shorty
cup.
pajamas.
Yeah, they were not cute pajamas. They had
They were.
holes in them.
No, they did not.
Yes, they did. Anyway, so there was always a long line to turn into the school.
Yes.
And you didn't like waiting in lines.
Raptors don't do that.
No. So you had the bright idea one morning. We were running late, as usual.
Yes.
And you decided to get into the shoulder.
What's wrong with that?
It's illegal.
They paved it.
Pretty sure it's illegal. To get around everybody who's going to the same place.
But I had to go quicker.
Right. So we got pulled over. You're in your pajamas.
Okay.
All of my friends are in their cars in line looking at us. And I got down in the floorboards because I was so embarrassed.
In the floorboard.
Oh my gosh. I was so embarrassed. It was terrible.
Do you remember what the policeman said?
Didn't he ask you to get out? And
He
you
did
said,
ask me to get out.
You said, I'm wearing my pajamas.
I said, I'm wearing pajamas. He said, Miss Phillips, you still got to get out. I said,
Yeah. So you did? You got out?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I said, I was name dropping. I started name dropping men that went to the church or served at the church. And he finally didn't make me get out.
Okay.
It would have been a sight.
Yeah, it would have. That would have really sent me to the therapist.
Now, you're going to be a therapist, right?
Right.
Maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
I've got so many things for you to help me with.
Oh, I know.
I could be a case study for you.
I know.
For the rest of your life.
Yep.
Okay. Well, fortunately for you, you got your mother's brains and beauty, humor, all that. But I was just handy to have around because I could help you with your homework on occasion.
Right. Yeah.
But if you had the preference of me or mom for homework help, you always, what'd you do?
Choose mom. Definitely. It's not even a competition.
Do you remember, though, where I gave you help that it went well?
Oh, I remember the help that you gave me.
Okay.
I can remember us at the kitchen table trying to go over long division.
Yeah, that's my expertise.
I didn't understand why. You'd say, you put this one up here. And I said, but why?
Yeah.
And you'd get so mad. You say, I don't know. That's just what we do.
I don't know why.
But I wanted to know why. So we were screaming at each other, crying. It was terrible.
I never cried. You cried.
I did. And so, yeah, I would prefer mom. But, she would be busy a lot.
Yeah.
And you'd say, well, I'm available to help you.
And you would say,
I'll wait for mom. Thank you. Thank you so much. And by the way, that long division test,
how'd we do?
We got a 60.
We did?
Yeah. That was like one of the only tests I've ever failed. And that was because of you.
Listen, I did my part. I can't help that you didn't grasp the genius what I gave you.
Yeah.
I remember one time in college, I called you and you said, I'm pretty upset, Dad. I said, why? You said, I think I made a B in this class. I said, and what is the class? And it was
Neuroscience. Yeah.
I said, you made a B? He said, yeah. I'm so upset. I said, I said, why are you upset? You said, Dad, I've never made a B before. And I said, I haven't either. Whole different. Well, I know there's so many more stories you have on me.
Definitely.
I don't like the way you said definitely.
I'm saving the juicy ones.
Well, I'm going to get your sister on here then.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
The daughter I've loved the longest.
But I'm the daughter you love the most.
We're not going to talk about that. Lily Pearl, my youngest daughter, and now the daughter I've loved the longest. Garland, Annette, Phillips, Griedl. Hi, Garland.
Hi, Dad.
How did we get your name?
I believe I was named after my great-grandfather, Charles Garland.
Yeah. Charles Garland Weeks. Garland. your mother said, let's name our daughter Garland. I said, that's a boy's name. No, it's not. It's a beautiful flower.
Mm-hmm.
And you are.
Aw, thanks, Dad.
You're my sweet, sweet girl. I'm so proud of you. When you were born, you had colic.
So I'm told, yeah.
Yeah, well, I remember it well. You see all these lines in my face, and yeah.
Yep.
You did not sleep. Well, it was just terrible. Digestive system. Couldn't get formula figured out. Couldn't get anything figured out. It was pretty tough. You were miserable, and as a result, we were miserable. You never slept through the night till you were 3 years old. Think about that.
Sorry.
Now, you have 2 children of your own.
Mm-hmm.
There's Griff.
Mm-hmm. My eldest.
Yeah, Griffy. And then there's Vivi,
Mm-hmm.
baby Vivi, who is how old right now as we speak?
She's a year.
A
14
year old.
months.
Now, did any one of them have colic?
They both did.
Okay. So they both had colic. What do you think? Why do you think they had colic?
Because I am paying my dues.
Paying your dues. But I remember we'd put you to bed, and then we just like, oh, Lord, please, this is the night. But about 30, 45 minutes into it, here you'd go. So we'd need to go in there and get you. I do remember one particular event. You were about 3. You'd never slept through the night. I was doing a lot of traveling with Phillips, Craig, and Dean, so your mother's a hero.
Mm-hmm.
Almost a single parent taking care of a colicky child.
Mm-hmm.
But I went in there, and I would plead with you, now, Garland, tonight, please, sleep all night. Don't get up till morning. And you always would say, okay. But you never did. I said, please, don't get up till morning. So we went to sleep, put you to sleep. Was sleeping. I felt a tap on my shoulder, and I turned over, and you were standing there. And I said, Garland, I thought I told you to stay in your bed and don't get up till morning. And you pointed up at the windows in my bedroom, and there was just a little bit of pink in the sky. The sun was rising, and you said, Dad, there's a little bit of morning outside.
Mm-hmm.
You don't remember that.
I don't remember that, but I'm told it made a good song.
And I wrote a song. Have you ever heard the song?
I have.
Can you sing some of the song?
There's a little bit of morning outside. There's a new beginning in the sky. It's been a while, but now the time is right to spread your wings and fly.
Yep, good song. Who wrote that?
I think you did.
I did, and that's why it's so good. And it has such special meaning for anybody who has gone through a night season and just don't know if it's going to get light again. There's a little bit. You don't need a big, gigantic sunrise. Just a little bit of morning to let you know it's going to be all right. Whew, that's good. Thank you, Garland, for the story.
You're welcome.
The story of that. One time I told that story in concert with the Phillips, Craig, and Dean guys, and a lady came up to me and said, you know what you do? Old Grandma said, you just give that baby a spoonful of whiskey before she goes to bed. She'll sleep through the night.
Mm-hmm.
Whiskey. So, you know what we did? We bought the whiskey, and your mother and I drank it.
Yeah,
put you to sleep.
Sounds right.
You were a wonderful child. You, the gift of music. You have a great voice.
Thank you.
A beautiful voice. On the land, we had a 2-story house back in the day, and you were just a little kid, 4, 5, 6. You would stand on that landing between the how the staircase would go up. There was a landing, and you'd stand on that staircase for hours, and sing and perform. And
I remember the videos
so
of that.
cute. Yeah, I took a lot of videos. Your grandmother, your grandmother, tremendous singer. My mother, Wanda Phillips.
Nan.
I think that's where you got your beautiful voice, probably my mother.
She was the best.
Yeah, she was so good. Do you remember those early days of singing and performing? And
Oh, yes, I do.
well, you went on to college and got your nursing degree from Texas Tech,
That's right.
but you also went to Lee University
Yes.
for your undergrad.
Mm-hmm.
And you joined a music group called
Voices of Lee.
Voices of Lee with the amazing Danny Murray. Danny Murray.
Mm-hmm.
And your group, a cappella,
Mm-hmm.
no music. Just
Right.
you
Just
got
the
a
voices.
drummer that, well, a guy's voice sounds like a drum bass.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible. And you were in that group.
Mm-hmm.
Made so many friends for a lifetime.
Forever.
But then your group was invited to be on NBC, The Sing-Off,
Yes.
which was a cappella groups from all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
And you did a competition in Hollywood, California?
It was in Burbank.
Burbank, yeah, that's where the film.
Yeah.
You remember any of that?
I do.
Tell me about some of your favorite parts of being on the Sing-Off.
The whole thing was very surreal. And you would spend hours prepping and wardrobe and all this stuff, and it was a surreal experience, but it was so much fun.
Oh, nerve-wracking. I went to
Entirely.
one of the performances, nerve-wracking.
The judges are in front of you.
You know, they do that dramatic music, and
Yes.
like whether they're going to cut you or not.
Nick Lachey was on there too.
Yeah. But your group did great. What place did you come in?
Second runner up.
Second runner-up.
Sounds better than third place.
It does. Second runner. Second runner-up. I was so proud of you, and you sing on our worship teams now.
Mm-hmm.
But you're a great mom, a great wife to Jake, and I'm so proud of you as my daughter.
Thanks, Dad.
What kind of dad was I? Do you recall?
You were great. Lots of
Okay.
fun.
Fun.
Lots of fun.
Tell me, do you have one instance of?
Well, there was a lot, but let's see. Well, I do remember one particular Christmas. You like to film a lot.
Oh yeah.
With the camcorder.
Oh, definitely.
Back when that was in existence.
Mm-hmm.
And one Christmas, you were coming down the stairs. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
And they were slick, I guess.
Well, I had on socks.
You took a tumble
Yeah.
all the way
fell
down.
all the way down.
We came rushing to you. We were all so worried.
And laughing, as I recall.
We were,
As
yeah.
I lay there on the floor.
But you were okay, so
I
that's
was
why we
okay.
could laugh.
Do you remember any kind of April Fool's joke I played on you?
Oh, gosh.
Well, you
yes.
played one on me.
Well, we never were really into pranks as a
No,
family.
I don't care.
But my senior year, for some reason, I thought it would be funny to...
It was probably a dare.
Maybe. To switch your sugar and your salt for your coffee.
Mm-hmm.
So when you
what I
went to
thought was
put
sugar.
your 4 tablespoons of sugar in your coffee, it was
Yes.
salt.
Was it 4 or 3?
You lean towards 4.
4. Okay. And it was salt.
It was salt. And I don't
Spit
think
it
that went
out.
over well.
Did not.
And I had no idea that you were going to retaliate the way you did.
What did I do?
Well, it was my senior year, so I was getting ready to graduate. And you came up to the school unbeknownst to me and had the principal get involved in the joke. So he
Okay.
pulled me in his office, went through this elaborate story, making me think I was in trouble for something. And I've never been in trouble at the school in
You're
my
a great
entire
student.
life, ever. And I was called to the principal's office, and he went through this whole thing. And I was like sick at my stomach. Like I was nearly in tears.
Oh.
And he told me I wasn't going to be able to walk.
Oh, as a senior.
And then right after that, you came walking through the door. April Fools!
That was mean.
It was so
It
mean.
was mean. I never did it again.
No, it was
was-
horrible.
That was terrible. You know, yeah, I don't do those. Is your husband a prankster?
Oh, yes. Not to me, but to the coaches.
Okay, I don't do pranks.
Apparently
much.
they
That was
love
my last
that.
one, and probably your last one too.
Yeah, I don't do it anymore.
I
Learned my
remember-
lesson.
Yeah, you grew up in the church. You know what I love about you, Garland, is your passion for the Lord. You love Jesus, and you love the church.
I do.
And so many preachers' kids and that I've known through the years, they just have a real distaste for church, wanting to be part of the church because their parents were preachers' kids. It's kind of a little bit of pressure. But you've always just loved the Lord. What was that about? Is there did you ever feel an enormous pressure or expectation put on you?
I never did. I have always grown up with other preachers' kids who just wanted nothing to do with church.
Yeah.
But I've never been that way, and I think that's because of my grandparents and you and Mom that instilled just loving God and loving the church.
Thank you.
I love it.
You know, you're so disciplined to read the Word of God. You read the Bible from cover to cover. There's been many times when you were in my house that I'd come out and see you reading the Bible. You'd read every day. You're so disciplined. I love that you love the Word of God. And but early on, I was wondering, as a new father, I was wondering, when do the lights come on in your heart for spiritual awareness?
Mm-hmm.
And you were like 5
Probably.
or 6, I can't remember. And you went with us to church, but there was never that awareness, that I like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, is this getting through to her? And one time I remember I would just pray as a father, Lord, let Garland have an awareness of your presence and ask you into her life. We were having communion, and I was just praying, Lord, let this communion create an awareness for Garland. And I remember I handed the wafer to you and broke it, and then the fruit of the vine, I handed it to you, and I'm like, Lord, help us. And I remember you're standing beside me, you pulled on my shirt, and you said, Dad, I want to tell you something. I thought, this is it.
Mm-hmm.
This is the moment. And I said, what is it, Garland? You said, after church, can we go to Taco Bell?
I was hungry.
You were hungry, and I think the wafer
It was an appetizer.
The wafer was just like reminded you.
Yes, I'm hungry.
That's okay. That's okay. Your experiences of walking with the Lord for yourself, you didn't just draft off me and Mom's experiences of spiritual experience. You had one for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know how to pray for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Read the Word. It's beautiful. With your second child, which is Vivi,
Mm-hmm.
Something happened. I'd never seen it before, heard of it, and prayed for people who had it, but I've never seen it firsthand. And after you delivered Vivi, you had postpartum.
Mm-hmm.
That's a darkness, a depression.
Very heavy.
You ever experienced that before, previous to that experience?
No, maybe a milder version with Griff, but not to the extent of what I went through with Vivi.
What was that like for you?
It's hard to describe, but it was heavy. Like, I felt like I was sinking. Felt like I was going crazy, like I was losing my mind. But it's just kind of hard to put it into words.
And did you have I know you quit eating.
I did.
You stopped eating. You had no appetite.
I didn't have an appetite.
Losing weight terribly. Couldn't sleep.
Could not sleep. Even though my baby was sleeping, I could not sleep.
Did you also, just because of the fog you were in, just kind of lose interest in the baby at all?
Yeah, that was the scary part.
Yeah.
Because it should be a joyful time, and I just couldn't.
Well, you were at our house during that time, and baby would be there. Jake would come in, but he had Griff take care of. I was scared, just watching you go through it. I didn't know what to do. I just began to call on the Lord. Lord, help my daughter. What was it that was there something that somebody said to you, or a song you heard, or anything that kind of started, the light started to come in?
Well, it was Mother's Day last year when we had, who do we have? Sheila Walsh. And I just remember sitting through her speaking, and it made such an impact on me. And she was talking about her own experience with depression and how she actually had to be in a hospital. And it just hit me that this is something I need to get help.
Yes.
This is not right.
And there's not something wrong with you, not a
Right.
sin, not
Right.
a curse of God. It's just something your body's going through.
And I think initially I thought I just need to tough it out. I'll get through it. I just need to power through. And then it was in that moment that I realized I need help. I need
Medical
somebody
help.
to help me.
Yep. And you got help.
I did.
And Sheila Walsh, I thank you for speaking into my daughter's heart. You helped change her, not only to tell her it's okay to get help, but there's hope on the other side.
Yes.
And now today, you're helping others with that as a registered nurse and telling your experiences, mentoring other ladies who have experiencing depression. It's a tough thing, not just for women, for men
Anybody.
experience it as well. Thank you for your life. Thank you for your integrity. Thank you for your love for Jesus. You're just a wonderful daughter.
Thank you, Dad.
And are you going to have another
No.
grandchild for me?
No. That's it.
Oh,
Griffin Viv.
one more.
No. Got a boy and a girl. I'm set.
Well, I hope
Just
the
wait.
listeners today will help convince. You vote and you tell me if you think Garland should have me one more grandchild.
You got Lily's next.
Lily.
Just
Oh,
a few more years.
okay. Well, thank you. I love you.
Love you, Dad.
We hope that you enjoyed the podcast today, and we look forward to bringing you more exciting content each month. Remember, if you're enjoying the show, please rate, review, and subscribe. This helps us get the message out to even more people. And if you haven't already, follow us on social media at Life Family Media for more amazing stories and content just like this. We'll see you on the next episode.